These are the 12 fights that we need to see in the aftermath of UFC 324 on Saturday. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is MMA 365, the greatest UFC YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe for your own self-interest, especially because Derek Lewis is in need of a double cheeseburger, but Shamil Gaziev, our king, is fresh out, and in order to restock on double cheeseburgers, you need to hit that subscribe button. Thank you. So let's get right into it, starting with the prelims. The first fight I want to talk about is Josh Hokett. He beat Denzel Freeman convincingly, and I want to give Josh Hokett a step up, but nothing too drastic, and that's where Ryan Spann comes in. He's an athletic heavyweight, but he's not quite the cream of the crop, so let's set up Hokett with one more stepping stone prior to the top 15. Next, Alex Perez. He had a good win over Charles Johnson, although he did miss weight. So I say give him a Steve Erceg type. Perez, he just got submitted by Aspinall Mabayev, and although he did look good on Saturday, I'd say give him someone on the fringe top 10, just like Perez is currently now. And this is kind of a make or break fight for either guy as to whether they can ascend to the top of the division again. And this is something that I would like as like a fight night co-main event or maybe a featured prelim. I get that sort of vibe from this fight. And next one I want to talk about is Nikita Krylov. Give him Alexander Rakic. I like this because both of these guys have shown to be chinny. And this one is like similar to the last one, where both of these guys are hanging around right near the top 10, but their recent losses are dragging them down. So let's see which guy can emerge and break into that top 10 and put themselves back into contention. Next up, I really cooked with this one, didn't I? This is when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Ateba Gautier versus Marvin Vettori. Gautier, he looked pretty good in his fight, but he didn't get that coveted knockout that we were expecting. And this is a nice step up from beating a bunch of jobbers, but it is still a very winnable fight. Marvin Vettori is on a losing streak. He's getting older, and this is something where I think Ateba Gautier can piece him up again, throw a bunch of powerful punches, and we can really test Marvin Vettori's chin. Moving on to the main card, Arnold Allen versus Steve Garcia. Oh, yeah. Cinema. Arnold Allen looked good, even though he didn't get the win against Sean Silva. And Steve Garcia, ball knowers know this guy's a monster, being hidden in the apex. So let's get him out of the apex. This would be a banger striking matchup, and it deserves to be in front of a crowd. I'm feeling like second fight on the card kind of vibes. Next up, for Jean Silva, this one feels like a right-handed layup. Give him Yair Rodriguez. I'm not sure why Yair Rodriguez isn't fighting Diego Lopez, but given that he's not, this seems like a very obvious fight to make. This is something that would be a really cool fight night main event or a featured fight on a main card. And this is something that would be a really fun striking matchup. Both of these guys do a lot of emotes, and both of them are very slick strikers. I would be a little bit concerned that there's more emoting than fighting involved. And for that reason, I would hope that this fight would be 5 rounds so that there is more action. But this is something that I think would be a blast to watch. For Waldo Cortez Acosta, I say give him Alexander Volkov. The heavyweight division is kind of on pause right now because Tom Aspinall is out, but we can still have productive fights in the meantime. And this could be a good title eliminator to see which one of these guys could be up next. And I do think we could get an interim fight in the meantime between Cyril Gane and another contender. It could be Volkov, but I also think Alex Pereira could be looking to move up. But yeah, in the heavyweight division, we need big time fights. We don't want the division to be on hold for even longer. And this is something that would be a high stakes title eliminator. And I like both of these guys. They're both fun watches. So I would really like to see this get put together. As for Song Yadong, I say give him Peyton Talbot. This is a little bit more of a step up for Talbot than I would like, but Chito Vera is booked. I thought a Chito Vera level fighter would have been perfect. And as for Song Yadong, he's seemingly been winning against the fighters he's supposed to, but also losing to the fighters he's supposed to. He's right painfully in that number 5, number 6 plateau. But this would be interesting to see how much Peyton Talbot has really leveled up, give him a pretty sizable step up in competition from a washed, about to retire Henry Cejudo. And this would be a really fun fight. I get fight night main event vibes from this. Both of these guys have pretty high star power, especially Song Yadong having an international fan base. This could be a China main event. I think that would be neat. Or this could be a feature fight on a pretty loaded main card. Either way, this would be a banger, and I hope it'd be in front of a crowd so both of these guys can show off. This fight is more so my platonic ideal fantasy land compared to what I really think is going to happen. I feel like Sean O'Malley is going to be kept on ice waiting for the winner of Petr Yan versus Merab as they finish out the trilogy. But if it were up to me, I'd have Sean O'Malley and Umar fight each other. The vibe with both of these guys going into UFC 324 was that they're both fighting, but not against each other, and whichever guy wins more dominatingly or in better highlight fashion will presumably be up next for the title. And both guys did win, but not as convincingly as many of us were hoping for. So I'd say let them sort it out. This would be a really good fight night main event, or you can put this on the co-main of a card. This is a fight that I'm not necessarily expecting to see, but one that I'm definitely hoping for. And last fight to talk about, this one's a right-handed layup. I mean, it's begging to be made. It's obvious. Paddy Pimblett versus Dan Hooker. These guys have beef on social media. As for Paddy, it's a nice step down in competition, yet still very winnable. I mean, Arman Tsarukyan showed that the very top lightweights can beat Dan Hooker no problem. So if Paddy really is on that level, then this would be a very good fight for him. And as for Dan Hooker, I mean, he's fighting on Saturday, but he's nicely tucked in that 7th or 8th spot in the lightweight division, and I don't think that will change very much either way in his fight against Benoit Saint-Denis. So this fight would be very entertaining. Both of these guys have huge personalities. They don't like each other. Let's just sign right now. Bring out the pens. Sign on the dotted line. Let's do it. That concludes this video. Let me know what you think. And be sure to subscribe for more MMA content, especially because Derek Lewis is hungry and he really needs that double cheeseburger. Thank you for watching.